afternoon, role players. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. Excellent. Everybody can hear me. Awesome. All right. Well, welcome to today's very first inaugural, inaugural airing of Quest to Assess. This is the first ever episode, hence the inaugural. If you're new, my name's Vic, and I love sharing discussions about new perspectives and concepts with role playing games as my medium. For my usual suspects, prepare yourselves for a wilder and deeper ride than you may be used to with my Tuesday streams. Our first plunge into the unknown is going to focus on the psyche with a tabletop role-playing game like video game called Disco Elysium. You can see I've got it up right now. This is just the options page right now. I'll be messing it around. You can go ahead and let me know, since the music is playing in the background, let me know the audio levels. We'll be having to fix that kind of throughout. I lowered stuff quite a bit. And actually, I already have my volume pretty darn high on my own end. So let's make sure that everybody has good audio. Let's see, what have we got going for the game capture? So here we go, base screen. What's going on here? Looks like it is coming across pretty darn low, but that's okay because we're talking right now. But what I'll do is I'll pump up the music a little bit, and then I'll change it over on my other end. Oh, and we want streamer mode. That we got a lot. So this is gonna be a wild ride today. But on top of the wild ride, we got a lot of disclaimers for this one. So this particular game has quite a few content warnings. So for people who are interested in watching, there's the typical video game violence. I don't think it gets any more I don't think it gets super crazy. I think there's some gun violence, punching, stuff like that. But there's also heavily explicit language and themes. This is going to include some slurs. And I think the way that I looked it up, only one slur is censored as we're playing. And I'm getting kind of conflicting messages on how consistent that is. So if that's uncomfortable for you, I will, within the next 24 hours, I will go through and make sure if there are any slurs that would, be offensive, that I'll go ahead and mute the audio for those portions and blur the word. So if that's not, if live isn't your jam, that's fine. You can come back 24 hours later. The other content warnings, there's going to be a lot of references to psychological disorders like anxiety, depression, hallucinations, potential discussion of suicide, and more. There is political and historical tension, depictions of discrimination. They're typically coded as being a bad take, but it is there nonetheless. And pretty much all of it, except, like I said, for that one slur, will be uncensored. And if you're here with me live, please brace yourself for some heavy depictions in this game. If watching this live is not suitable for you, and you want to make sure that all the slurs are censored, or especially if there's some really gruesome violence, I'll also censor that as well. So just wait 24 hours after the live has ended. I'll make sure that there shouldn't be anything more extreme than like what you'd expect in a Deadpool movie. So Deadpool is still rated R, but there aren't any slurs. There's nothing like awful to see, like, just psychologically distressing dead bodies, things like that. Um, if you choose to watch it after I've censored things, you can still participate in the discussion by commenting under the video. However, I will be actively throwing out questions and discussing topics based on what our live audience talks about. So if you feel that it's safe enough to join me live, I would be super psyched to have you here. Real quick, I'm looking at chat. Not Mortal Kombat violent. Yeah, I don't think it ever goes that severe. I don't think it's that gory. It's definitely not like Quentin Tarantino sort of stuff. Um, Goblin says, I'm so desensitized at this point. Nothing surprises me, but I definitely still cringe at some things when they pop up. Yeah, I totally get it. There, like I said, there may be some slurs. I know that there's the F slur. There are like anything that a teenage boy, and usually it is like essentially, as far as I know, the F slur comes up when it's like a group of teenage boys and they're like trying to be edgy. Like that's kind of what it is. So this is gonna be like they bring in a lot of like psychological uh like something they bring you all the like complex tough parts of life. And that's why I really wanted to bring this up as a discussion piece. It is going to be very focused on the psychological. It's going to be focused on how you view your ethics and your ideology and how you interact with the world around you based on your psyche. It's pretty wild. Now, there are quite a few different ways that we can play this, and so I will need your help to decide what kind of player build we want to do because depending on that build, it can like it's already a wild experience, but depending on how we build the character, it can go just absolutely like off the walls, hallucinations, um, disconnecting from reality. I mean, there's a reason why I chose this thumbnail. It gets wild. So, um, if you want to go the way, that's up to you. But there are definitely quite a few different play styles here. Um, Other than that, all right, let's go through the rest of the intro. So we're just about to get started. If you can humor me for a moment, um, please help me by understanding that anything depicted in the game or discussed by potential guests do not reflect any positions held by myself, this channel, or the Creator Accountability Network. Fact check every claim that is stated here today. You can also help me celebrate my birthday by making this new show a success. I have no idea how the algorithm will take this. It'll be pushing a lot of boundaries. We are going to be going like way past most limits, and we're going to be discussing them in an honest and straightforward manner while also trying to understand and respect how people can be harmed by certain concepts and certain language. So we're going to try and do this through an ethical and respectful way, no matter how the game presents it. You can ensure that we have an active conversation every live stream by doing free things like liking, disliking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing this with people who you think would like to join the conversation. And with enough subs, we'll get to share our custom emoji assets. So if that sounds fun to you, give it a shot. We're we're going to be doing a lot of like creative custom community stuff. And first, we'll be adding them to the Ready to Roleplay Discord. So if you have any particular suggestions for emojis that you want to see, you can suggest them either in the live chat, the comments, or you can put them in the suggestions channel in the Ready to Roleplay server, and we can make those emojis and add them to the server right away. And then once we have enough subscribers on YouTube, we'll add them there. Let's see. Oh, and if you stick around in the next 30 minutes for our question of the week, you can answer. Yeah, so you can answer what you think would be would be your idea based off of the game. Once we get kind of like once we get into the character creation process. So, you can also chat with me in voice. I take guests for the rest of the stream via my community server, Ready to Roleplay. All people 18 and up are welcome to join me by clicking the link that I am pinning to the live chat. 1 second. I'm going to pull it up here. We're going, let's see, that's that. And then I just have to make sure I'm in the right channel so I can copy it. And now I am copying it. There you go. Okay, that should do it. Excellent. So if you want to join me for voice, you can join me via that link. Other than that, we're going to make a quick poll. And this is going to be a big poll, so I need your help. We have as many options as we want to do with like 4 separate characteristics. So this poll is going to ask you, what kind of detective should I be? Let me go ahead and swap out of the settings here. And you can see what I'm talking about here. So you can see we have the select archetype. These are the pre-made archetypes. We have a thinker who is extremely intelligent, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, and comes up with original ideas. So they're really, really good at intellect. They are the worst at psychological. They are basic with physical, and their movement is pretty good. So they have like it's decent. They've got good perception, good hand-eye coordination, reaction speeds. Savoir-faire seems to be like general street knowledge in this case. And then interfacing just means like using stuff, being mechanical, and then composure. Seems to be being able to determine like body parts or like being able to communicate yourself through body language. The sensitive guy is very psychological. They have a magnetic personality, but they're unstable. They might begin to lose their mind. So they suck at intelligence. They are really good at psychological stuff, but also might lose their mind. They're pretty good at physical. Looks like they're pretty durable. And they're at motor. And then you've got the physical guy. He is extremely physical. He interacts with the world through his body, gets things done, but he's dumb as a rock. So that means that he is very he's very good at your physical stuff. You're like rough and tumble, fist first, no questions later. Also good at motor reaction, mechanical stuff, very hands-on type of guy. Sucks at intelligence and not very good at being able to influence himself and others. These are just the 3 presets, though. You can make your own character, and I'll show you. You can go up, the 6 is the highest, 1 is the worst. I have tried, just when I was like trying to see how the game works, I have tried a terrible physique at 1. You don't survive within the first minute. So, you're gonna have to at least go with a 2 on physique. That's gotta be a, like, bare minimum. Uh, you can go average all across the board, which I think is like all 3s. Let me see. Yeah, that's like all 3s. That's average all across the board. You can try to max out 1, and be really awful in another. Like it's trade-offs. So, you essentially you get let's see, 2, 4, uh, you can do up to 4, 6, 8. Looks like you can adjust abilities for 8 points. Yeah, 3, 6, yep, 8. And once you go through this, then you go to your skills and how much you have in each box here allows you, it sets the limit on how far you can advance a skill. So if I just have 1 on something, I can't get any better at something, even when I like try to set it as my ability. So if I were to say be terrible at everything, bring this all the way to genius, and then I go over here, you can see now I can up these abilities all the way to 6, and these are all limited to 1. So stuff like that. So I hope that kind of gives you the idea of the basics. We can also just stick with the presets here, which is fine. I think the Inland Empire. Let's see, Inland Empire. So the Inland Empire. Let's go over here. So you could be like that if you wanted. I think I did that when I was testing it. I think I was good at intellect and good at motorics, and then did 2 for the rest. So Inland Empire is this one. You kind of have to read it to know what it means because they've got some really unique titles for some of these. So hunches and gut feelings, dreams and waking life, which means you're probably getting some hallucinations. So if you really want to go for it, it's cool for dreamers, paranatural investigators, mental creators, very creative, hallucinatory stuff. So each one is like a set signature that we can do. We can only choose one in the beginning, but depending on the traits that we load up here, we can get more and develop more for what we're doing. So if we have like 4 in either of these, you can see we can keep loading up all of them up to 4. Or if we do like 6 and 1 or whatever, and you can load up to 6, that sort of thing. Like I said, with physique, I don't think it's possible to play the game at 1 because like I said, one bad roll and you're dead. So that's just not. This is not a possibility. So here's what the poll is going to be. You try 3s across the board when where you are so at everything. Yeah, Jedi. Yeah, it is very neat character creation. So my poll right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to represent the archetypes, like a title for each archetype, in a poll answer, and then the 4th answer will be your unique mix. So if you choose that answer, please tell me what sort of setup you want to do in the live chat. So here we go. We're going to put the poll here. And it is, what kind of detective should I be? Should I be logical and perceptive? Or should I choose violence? Should I be the best hallucinating disco dancer, or your own unique mix. There you go. That's your poll. So, if you are currently watching, please, I need your help. Please vote in the poll. Um, this is something that I need your help with. How we build our character now is going to decide what this playstyle is going to be like. We can make it so that like we solve things in a very like straightforward and logical way. We can like picture crime scenes. We can like go really like crazy into like the physical, like punch first, ask question later, like do some trick movements. Uh, we can like be like a trick shot with firing a gun. Like it gets really uh customized here. We can go pretty darn far. If you have any questions about these different skills, let me know. Some of them are straightforward and others are not. So, especially the ones that tend to be more psychological. So, like esprit de corps, I had to look that up. That is cool for cops, cop aficionados, and pretend cops. So it's the spirit of policing, the copgeist. It enables you to understand your blue-souled sisters and brothers, not only by picking up subtle signals from your partner, but by witnessing flash sideways scenes as they play out in your precinct. At high levels, you'll be the very heart of the police force, not only willing and able, but obliged to take a bullet for your partner. However, without esprit de corps, you'll be flying blind, unable to understand discreet remarks colleagues make in high stakes situations. Remarks that might just save your life. As you can see, there is a give and take for every single ability. All of them will be useful. We will make a roll for all of these. And how good we are at these will determine um, how likely we are to succeed at the roll. So it can get really cool, I think. It honestly is it's very tabletop like. Okie doke. Let's see. We have everyone's wanting their unique mix. We've got Jedi saying 3 intellect, 4 psyche, 3 physical, and 2 motor. Goblin wants 3s across the board. Sounds like a solid plan for getting through the game most efficiently to start with. And we also have like don't forget you can go like super even if you like decide if you want to go average. So let's say you want 3s across the board. You want to be average and everything. Your set your signature skill can help it can give you a leg up in that skill even if you're average on everything. So let's say that we choose Inland Empire with average across the board. We would have a leg up in being able to be creative, dream, maybe even hallucinate, things like that. So, like as you can see with Inland Empire, at high levels, it animates the inanimate. You'll have conversations with your clothing, conversations that may change the course of the investigation if you're not thrown in the loony bin first. With low Inland Empire, however, you'll be void of imagination and character. And then how will you shape the cosmos, it says. So, very cool stuff. Um, the way that I was kind of looking at it, like, I probably would have done a more thinky character, but I want to do what you guys would find interesting. And honestly, I think however we're going to go, it's going to be very interesting. But you can decide how it wants to be. The psyche branch of bonuses does seem interesting. It gets pretty wild with the psyche branch. And you can better understand other people. You can be better at suggestion. You can be better at intimidation. You're better with empathy, so you can understand others. Volition is Cool for sane people, well-adjusted cops, the non-suicidal. It urges you to be a good guy to others and to yourself. It enables you to resist temptation, be it in a bottle, between a pair of legs, or at the end of an iron barrel which promises oblivion. So this volition seems to be related to how well you can psychologically handle the world. Um, it gives you the will to finish the investigation, improving your morale. One of the two health pools in the game. So you have physique, which is that help affects your health, and the I guess actually what would it be? It would be endurance. Would that be the health pool? Fighters who can take a hit, lookouts who don't sleep, human batteries. Yeah. So it'd be endurance and volition are one of your two of your resource pools. So you have health and morale. If your morale goes down, you don't want to keep going. If your health goes down, you can't physically keep going. The game ends. So we want to make sure that both of these are well adjusted. Oh, we got Al. Yes, today is a birthday, particularly mine, but also others who have been born this day. So, very good to see people. So glad you could make it. So yeah, this is going to be about what kind of character you want to see. So far we have 33% saying the best hallucinating disco dancer. And 67% saying a unique mix. And I do like Jedi. Let's see, what did Jedi say? Jedi said, uh, go go a little bit more into psyche, average for intellect and physical, and then a little bit down for motor. Very interesting. Very interesting. I like it. Very cool. Yeah, happy early birthday to Al. I hope you enjoy it. Very cool, guys. All right. So, that is our 3 votes. I think one viewer is also me. Maybe I technically count. So if we have 4, then it would be me. So that might be all the votes we're going to get. Um, and if so, then that means we're going to do the unique mix. I think having at least one, like having one ability be slightly above average, um, that sounds a little bit interesting to me. I kind of want to like specialize a little bit. Although you can continue to specialize even if you are average. You just get a little bit more of a leg up in one. Um, Film noir not on the list. Um, I mean, film noir, that would essentially be your intellect and but some sort of mix between psyche and motor. Probably more intellect and psyche. I think film noir would be intellect and psyche. Hallucinating film noir detective in a hot pink fedora. That's hilarious. Um, yeah, so that I could definitely see um that being intellect and psyche. So you want your film noir detective who can also hallucinate and disco out, like for sure. Absolutely. In this case, so obviously it won't be black and white, but it will be kind of that dystopian filter, you know? Very cool art style. I love the art style here. Let's see. Definitely, so the technology is strange. So the culture, and some technology looks like it's from the 70s, but then in other cases, it's like 1910s technology. The first car that you see in the game is like a a Model T. It's really strange. I like Jedi's suggestion. Uh, yeah. So how do we feel? We want to go with, let's see, what did you say again? I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. Well, essentially we'd be slightly above average in psyche, which would make us pretty good at um psychological stuff. It makes us good at influencing ourselves and others. We would be an average in intellect and an average in physique, so we'd be relatively um, durable and capable to think through things and like understand the crime scene and stuff like that. Um, let's see, and you have two in motorics, so 2 in motorics, I think should be enough to make sure that we've got a good perception. So perception is in motorics, believe it or not. It's your fine detail, urban scavengers, stuff like that. It also gives you hand-eye coordination, so that's going to be your trick shooters, snipers, jugglers. Reaction speed, this is your shot dodgers, thinkers on their feet, pinball heads. Savoir faire is for acrobats, thieves, unbearable show-offs. Interfacing, that's your machinists, tinkers, instrument players. And then composure is card players, military fetishists, and cool people. So you know how to keep it cool. You know how to play a poker face. Um, you can put up a strong front, and it keeps your emotions hidden from the world. And it helps you to read the body language of others. You can sense the cracks in their own composure. Um, Physique has its own interesting stuff. This is half light. Interesting. High strung investigators shoot now, ask questions later, cops, surprise haters. This is your fight or flight response. It enables you to sense the way situations are about to turn. It injects palpable fear into your heart, fear that urges you to act before it's too late to act ever again. Fear that makes you frighten others. It is the aggression that lets you squeeze every last drop of information out of a witness. Um, so essentially your instinct, your adrenaline, which my fight or flight is apparently just always active. Let's see. She walked into my office. This dame had gams that went in for weeks, like this case that had me searching every tortured corner of my soul. I was just being hassling my fedora and festooning it with a pink ostrich feather. Yeah, the mouth is moving. It is moving. So it not only is it tracking my face, but it's also taking in my mic. So it gets that a little bit. Um, there are settings which lets the pupils, follow when I move them around. And there's like a tiny bit of that, but it's not very sensitive right now. Because I noticed when I upped the sensitivity, she like blinked like crazy. So um, the uh, the settings on this can go pretty high. I have tried over and over to calibrate this thing so that it'll be like way more accurate with the different expressions, and it looks like there's always going to be like a little bit of a disconnect from my actual expressions and what they're seeing. So it's unfortunate, but it's the best I can do. And it's also up to you whether you think it's like distracting or you like it, or I'm I I think it's not so hard to implement that it's like a waste of time to me. But if it's distracting and you don't like it, I don't want it to be a problem. Oh my goodness, this has been such a long intro, just to get this shit started. All right, so we're gonna go with Jedi's um thing, and then we will work on setting our signature together. Let's see, you did 4. Oh, I think we don't have enough for a 4. Let's look. What did you do? You did 3, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, 3, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so that's right. All right, so we are of average intelligence. We have good psyche. We have an average physique, and we have weak motorics. So this includes my senses and how agile I am. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking, especially because the psyche might make us want to dance a little bit. I think what I'm going to do, Jedi, is I'm going to modify it just a little bit. I'm going to take physique down to 2 because we're going to be a little bit more brainy, and we're going to bring motorics up to 3, and that's just so we can pick up our world a little bit better and we have better reaction timing and things like that. So this will be enough so that we can survive. We'll be fine. But we'll be a lot better at the intellect, psyche, and motorics. I think I did pretty much the similar, but I swapped these 2. But I think going specializing a little bit in psyche will make this an even wilder ride than it already is going to be. So here's where the real decision, like the hardcore decision making, goes down. We need to select a signature skill. This will give us an extra point in that specific skill, and it also makes it so that we can add more to that category. So let's say that even if we have a low physique, if we want to make sure that we can party high or something, you set the signature, and then look at that. You now have access to 3 pips for all of these, even though our physique is 2. So we can continue to do that. Or we can go for another. Let's say we want to build up our psyche more, and we want to specialize in the Inland Empire. And so we set this. Now we have 5 pips available for all of psyche, and we've already got a little bit of a leg up in Inland Empire. So this is definitely up to you how you want to go with it. Calligraphy seems perfect for a signature. That's great. Yes. So, I probably, gosh, all of them are good. Like, you kind of need all of them. Um, except unless you don't want to be intimidating. Like, if you don't want to play that way. Maybe you want to be empathetic. Maybe you want to be able to suggest to people. You want to charm people. Uh, maybe you want to do the visual calculus. It allows you to reconstruct crime scenes. And you can essentially do the math on what's happening in the world or what has already happened right there on the spot. There's also conceptualization. So this is understand creativity, see art in the world. So this allows you to understand others' imagination. So this would be for creatives, psychedelic fanciers, critics. There's also drama, where you're an undercover cop. You're thespians of the stage, or psychopaths. There's also rhetoric. So this is for people who are ideologues, conversationalists, would-be politicians. Encyclopedia is this is your information base, what you can draw from the world. So thinkers, historians, trivia freaks. It makes you a know-it-all. It's your database. Logic is your analyst, your pure rationalists, and logicians. Um, it allows you to analyze a case. It allows you to piece things together and detect inconsistencies in statements. You can impress people with your astonishing conclusions. It is the bread and butter of many a detective. So it allows you to solve the puzzle. However, in order to get the pieces to the puzzle, you need perception. So that's why you don't want to get too low with perception over here in motorics. Stuff like that. Bull is the ideal walk. Very cute. I love it. Let's see. Jedi says Samurai Noir sounds cool to me. That's awesome. All right. So, what do you guys think? Um, which one? So first, let's pick a general uh like one of the categories that we want to go with. Do we want to make sure that we can up more of intellect, more of psyche, more of physique, or more of motorics? Kind of leave it to you. If you see a skill that you want to see more information of, let me know, and I will pop that up. What do you guys think? I'll just take a drink while you're stewing on that. Oh my gosh, my nose is already. All right, it's gotta be. Is it because I look at my stream differently? Is it because I talk while I'm looking like this? Like, why? Volition is the morale. Yes. That's the one that allows you to keep going. Jedi says suggestion seems like a strong skill. Very, very true. Yeah. Um, if you want the will to keep going, that's volition. If you want to charm people, get them to persuade them to do what you want, that's going to be suggestion. Mm-hmm. Yep. Very cool. Um, let me make sure I've covered all of them. Let's see. I did all the top ones. Inland Empire, that's your hallucinatory creative stuff. Empathy, this is judges of characters, interviewers, interrogators. So this allows you to maybe help the suspect open up a little bit more. Um, it enables you to notice social cues others may miss, perhaps a hidden sadness you can coax out a little more, a strange joy from someone who should be bereaved, or a hidden resentment that could return to harm you later. At high levels, empathy really puts you in other people's shoes. You'll cry for their sorrows, punch walls to relieve their angers, and be an even more unstable cop. With low empathy, however, you'll be an ungainly beast, unable to talk to anyone without upsetting them. Authority, that's your intimidator. Psychological warfare, respect junkies. This is like your demanding respect. Respect my authority. We already did esprit de corps. That's so you can understand your cop buddies. Suggestion. This is your charming. You can make everyone. Um, Suggestion makes you affable to everyone and more resistant to their charms in turn. Uh, all that schmoozing and oozing charm will make you slimy. And you'll know it, even if no one else does. With low levels of suggestion, though, you'll have difficulty getting any kind of rapport with others. You'll be alone, both during the day and at night. We did Half Light. That is your instinct, your fight or flight. Shivers, the city lovers, the wisest of the streetwise, the genuinely supranatural. They come when the temperature drops and you become more keenly aware of your surroundings. It enables you to hear the city itself, to truly belong to the streets. It is a supranatural ability. Old wrongs play out in present time. Scenes across the city happen in front of you. But who is speaking to you? It can make you seem mad to the outside world. As you listen to the city, you don't listen to others. Your superiors may begin to worry. Uh, if low, you will seldom hear the city speaking to you, and if you cannot hear it, how can you ever save it? Electrochemistry is like um, the it says it's the animal within you, the beast longing to be unleashed and to indulge and enjoy. So electrochemistry seems to be the opposite of volition. So it can make you an unrepentant Lothario who leers at people with a bottle of speed and a plastic bendy straw in either hand. You'll be too innocent to be effective. Without a working knowledge of drugs and sex, the city will be difficult to understand. Things like that. Things like physical instrument. This is your musclemen, your gym teachers, your brawlers. Um, this is your strength, your raw power. Pain threshold. So people who can tolerate a lot of pain and keep pushing. Which kind of seems, I'm not sure what the difference between that and endurance is. Really, it ignores damage that you can push on, flooding and crawling to the bitterest end. It enables you to negate damage you would otherwise take. Even mental pain, heartache, and loneliness. In fact, these things can become a thrill you seek out and perversely revel in. Interesting. Uh, it can turn in on itself in a seriously unhealthy way with full-on self-destructive behavior. But with low pain threshold like me, even a slap from a teenager will make you want to complain. Yep, that's me. Endurance means you don't die. I think it's your health, it's your metabolism and circulatory system. Yeah, it improves your health. One of the two health pools in the game. Stuff like that. What are we thinking? Looks like, are we starting to go for suggestion? Is that the kind of the general consensus? Do we all want to go for suggestion here? We also have, I don't want to skip out on motorics. That's hand-eye coordination. Did that perception, that will be important. Reaction speed, that'll make sure you can dodge shit. Savoir-faire, that's your acrobatic stuff. Your thieves. Make sure you can like pickpocket, things like that. You can be the king of cool. You'll be the most stylish douchebag in Revachol. Revachol is the city that we're doing this in, by the way. Your mechanics and your composure. Yep, we went over all of it. Okay, cool. So, looks like we might do suggestion. So, I don't want to waste too much time because it's already 3. Character creation always takes a while. So, I definitely didn't expect to, be in the game right off the bat. So, alright, let's go suggestion. How do I, well, oh, overview, here we go. Alright, we'll make suggestion our skill. So, just to confirm, we've got 3 intellect, so we're average intellect. We're relatively good at psyche. We're a little bit weak at physique, but that's okay. We will survive, especially if we put a couple of points in endurance. And motorics will make sure that we've got good perception, reaction, composure, savoir-faire, all that stuff. So, and hey, if this doesn't work out and we die immediately, we'll just up the physique a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Okay, Let's get started, everybody. Oh, and I did promise that in 30 minutes I'd do the, let's see, hold on. The fairies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water is deep enough to drown. Okay, so, I promised in 30 minutes I would do the, question of the week real quick. Here we go. So essentially, I'm going to turn it back on you. So here's our question of the week. What sort of detective would you want to be? How would you approach crime scenes and suspects? So let me know either in the comments or live chat what kind of detective you would want to be. How would you approach crime scenes and suspects? So now that we've kind of been able to create our cop, what would you do? I do want to. I've got a few announcements that I need to make, but we will get the game started first before we go into those.
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, baby.
Simply keep on non-existing.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
You can see what this label is. So this is what I was talking about the psyche. So like different parts of your psyche are talking to you. So this is your ancient reptilian brain. So we're just in some sort of void. No struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. I can say this is great. Give me more. What was that about the X something? I'm a little curious. What's going on with this X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Not the meat thing. With Psyche being our main stat, emotionally strong, charismatic with suggestion. Nick Diamond? He's a radio detective from the 30s and 40s. That's great. By the way, can you let me know how the audio is? Can you hear everything? How's the balance between my voice and the game's voices? There's the Final Cut. Make sure that everything is voiced. So if there's any problem with the balance, let me know. I always hate it when you have those really like bad balanced audio things where like one person talks really loud and the other one's really soft and you can't change it. So if need be, let me know. I never got to pull up the chat on my phone. I should have done that so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Okay. Jedi says that the audio is good so far. Please continue to let me know if there's any problem. All right, so my limbic system is saying, whoa, 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 something's wrong if you ask that question. This does not sound good, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing. Now, I can choose to plunge back into the fathomless deep, or I can ask, I want to know about the X something. And the thing is that if we're in the fathomless deep forever, we don't have a game, so I kind of wanted to know about the X something. Since the thing started, it's a bit lower quality, more likely a bandwidth problem. So, is something wrong with uh the video? Let me look at the stream health. Uh yes, limbic system. Uh stream is good, data is good. Everything on OBS is good. Nothing wrong so far. So if it is a video problem, and I'm looking at the video on my thing, um, yeah, the video on my thing is clear. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me know if this is a problem that other people are having, if anything becomes unclear or the audio quality goes down. I'll try to fix it. Yeah, if there's any problems, I'll make adjustments. Just let me know. All right. I wanted to know about the X something.
Ex love, ex tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Alonzi, never let me go. No, I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me. I don't tend to like pain or burning light. Though I do tend to do a lot of wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me. So, um, like, I tend to want a lot of hugs, and because I want so many hugs, people are like, "Okay, I gave you too many hugs. I can't give you more." So, like, and that's understandable. This is a real nice mind you have there. Pity if something happened to it. Uh, let's see what happens when I say I want to get off
Do
now.
you really?
Don't be naive. Of course not. I want to feel the inky blackness until forever ends. I do. Let me off.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Okay, so as you can see, this was a roll. This was testing our inland empire. So, fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first. Wait, I did this to myself? Tell me what's waiting for me. I don't care. I'm an idiot. A brave idiot. Yeah, I'd like to know, like, did I do the void to myself?
Yes, your one disco mother.
Tell me what's waiting for me.
There's this giant ball there. An evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
That's great. How small are the apes?
Infinitesimally small.
And how big is the ball?
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
And this duking it out I keep hearing about. What's that?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face. Or you lose.
This is a pretty sad uh take on life. So that maybe we couldn't like break out of the system. I don't want to do that. I want to like that's sad. Let's fix it.
Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago.
What do you mean drowned?
You lost.
Oh, ominous. We opened our eyes. If you can't tell, he is wearing underwear. So don't be afraid. There is underwear. And socks. Just underwear and socks. He's slapping himself awake. He's holding his head. We've got some sort of blurred portrait over here. Here's our health. We have +1 to health and +1 to morale. This magnum bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Ah, the memories. Oh, you got some wild memories, huh? Oh, we got some pants. -1 staff warfare, but we get more electrochemistry.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Fish them out.
It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Nice. We got keys. Oh, and we've got a jacket. Let's see. +1 to esprit de corps. Disco ass blazer. What's this? I don't think I noticed this when I started the game.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Cold wind blows in. Interesting. Let's do the visual calculus.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own hands? Look at
A
them.
fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this
More
then?
likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Wait, what am I doing? Assess the size of the impact. I'm not gonna ask what I'm doing. I'm a fucking detective. I'm detecting.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
Heavy and larger than my fist. A gun?
Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner,
Oh.
which, coincidentally, is missing its friend.
Oh.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
Maybe it wasn't me. I should go and get that shoe. I don't need it. I don't need anyone. I like being a little bit in denial. Maybe it wasn't me.
You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it?
I guess I should go and get that shoe.
A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
I gained experience from figuring out the window. See? I'm a motherfucking detective. Mature stream, by the way. Okie doke. What's going on here? We got a tie, it looks like.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Oh.
Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together. in this strange world.
Oh, is this like the necktie version of companion cube? This is companion tie? That's just sci-fi conventions with just underwear and socks? Wow. Okay, I don't want to have to grab it while the fan is moving, so let's, stop the fan.
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Okay, there, see? +3 fan is turned off.
You swoop up and catch
Woo!
the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning. The necktie is no longer contained.
What is that? Why a warning?
What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Reminds me of a noose. Wow. Well, we got a gruesome, thought process?
The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to
Interesting.
feel like vapor.
Okay. Liz, take a look. What's our necktie? It gives us +1 to Inland Empire. Oh! Oh, it's because, look at that. It's because it's like, it got all this pattern. It's adorned with a garish pattern. It's disturbingly vivid. Somehow you feel as if it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. You will betray it if you change it for some boring scarf. That's great. Halogen watermarks? Looks like someone skinned this blazer off some long extinct disco animal. It is an enigmatic white rectangle on the back and right sleeve. Pants? Less savoir-faire because it's tight around the thighs. +1 electrochemistry. Crunch. Wow. This is like some insane detail. I did not expect this. Okay, these golden brown trousers are flare cut. Normal bell-bottom trousers would be boot cut, but these are far from normal. They are someone's piss soaked. I'm gonna pass on that. It's stained party pants. I'm gonna pass on saying that. There's some words I don't want to say on live. Even I have my limitations. Alright, let's take a look. What's this? Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. It's an empty cassette case. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. Here's my shoe. What you got? Green shoe, left foot. Okay. Last bit is, you see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. We got a shirt, maybe? What's this? +1 conceptualization, -1 suggestion. Well, I gotta wear a shirt, so. It's a real statement to wear. And -1 suggestion for the unsavory odor. This white satin shirt used to be fancy. It used to really catch the light. Now it smells like someone took a piss in the armpits. The cassette case. But it was destroyed in a fit of rage. Something about the Etiennes, single smallest church in some, I don't know what the umlaut above the E is. Science? Sans? Must have rubbed someone the wrong way. The label says the song was recorded in 43. And we're not quite sure what the years are. That's a locked door. What's this?
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off.
Man, how do you rip half a faucet?
Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man.
Just the outline of a man.
Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? Nothing?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Well, maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
Like, what's wrong?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
Uh-oh. Just say, I'm sorry to the narrator. I'm sorry, touch your nose.
Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
At least my tongue is okay. Touch your tongue.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
I'm scared. I want to stop doing this. I'll wipe the mirror now. I'm gonna wipe the mirror. We gotta see what we look like.
Behold.
Oh my gosh.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
This is the face of a late stage alcoholic. Dear Lord, help me. What is this?
Whatever it is, at least it's dead now. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face?
Uh, I'm not making it. The face is making it itself.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Okay.
Oh my god. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off.
Oh, come on.
What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
I guess the wives' tale was right. You know, you keep doing that, and your face is gonna get stuck that way. What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Superstardom. God, I don't know. It's indescribable. I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies. Or I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too, in a sad has-been kind of way. There is some charm to it, or it's an expression of pain. No, this one down here looks like an expression of pain. This one up here, looks like, um, he's trying to say, um, he's trying to say Goblin's favorite phrase. I'm here for it, but I wish I wasn't. So, I think I'm gonna go with, I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the
Please
ladies.
promise yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies. Whatever happens.
I promise. Lie. No one tells me what to do. Yeah, I'm not using this on ladies. I'm sorry.
You liar. You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Go ahead. Try something.
You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Go ahead, try something. You mean encyclopedia? Interesting. Um, Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression. This one looks impossible. Yeah, impossible. 18. Attempt to stop the expression from happening. Let's try encyclopedia.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Oh well. Alright. Well, let's attempt the impossible.
It's too late.
Also a
Like
failure.
an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Let the mirror be for now. Okay. So apparently a white check means I can go back later after I've put skill points into the appropriate slots. So, for this one, I would need to put more skill points into encyclopedia. And if I wanted to stop the expression from happening, I would need to put skill points into electrochemistry. That's an interesting mechanic. Okay. Are we still slow now? We're still slow. Alright. Well, I think that's it for this room. So let's try and open the door. Here we go. Now we're starting to walk around. What's this? This is a calendar that gives us the day, maybe? Calendar says it's March. The year is 51. I would... There's something on the table. Money. I'll take money. Anything over here? This is the balcony. Drugs raise learning caps, but they're bad for your health. That's interesting. So if you can't put more points in a skill, you can use a drug to get your learning cap. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Here we go. That's our shoe. What's this? Gust of briny wind pushes over you. Okay. Green shoe. Green snakeskin shoes. Okay, we did it. We found the other shoe. We have a +1 to composure. Awesome watchtower heels. And another -1 to savoir faire because the heels are ridiculously high. They may have lost some of their luster over the years, but these green crocodile leather shoes fit you perfectly. Okay, what's going on?
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles.
Two baby crocodiles? How do they fit?
They're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
The only good thing about me. Okay, so that's interesting. So that would have healed my morale. It looks like I have 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, because we have a 4 in psyche. We have a +1 to health and a +1 to morale. Alright, let's head back inside. Yeah. They appear to be snakeskin indeed. Essentially they tried to go for all of the worst fashion choices. I guess this would be the late 70s. Right before we get into the rest of it, I did want to make a couple announcements because it is 3:30. One big announcement is I am planning on running a D&D one-shot based in the Sword Coast on my Ready to Roleplay server. There are 3 seats left for anyone interested. You can check out the premise and the style of the one-shot by joining the Ready to Roleplay server. You go to the Looking for Group channel, and you can reply to the post that I made that you're interested in playing. Priority will go to the interested people who I've already verified in the past. So if we haven't spoken before and we haven't gotten to know each other, if there is someone else who's interested, I will give them priority. However, if we get to know each other and I verified you and all that stuff, then we'll go ahead. The I am so far. I've already got the maps. The I've got a few encounters down, some puzzles, some characters and all that. There is lore that can be found, or you can skip it. So it's probably going to be about the end goal is 2 sessions, but it could stretch on to 3. And let's see. I'm trying to think what else. And my availabilities are posted on that post as well. So you can see what times I can DM, and then you guys can discuss among yourselves what works out for everybody. And it will be D&D 5e 2014, and whatever we can't find on D&D Beyond for 2014, we'll supplement it with 2024. But hopefully, we'll try to mostly go with 2014. Yeah, Jedi, I hope you find it interesting. It's gonna be so. This was planned as a birthday gift for my DM that I'm in a current campaign with, and so he asked for a typical sword board and magic sort of thing, and it'll be like a going through um, different levels of a building, and the encounters get more difficult as you go. But I am the way I'm going about it. I'm gonna try and spice it up so that it's not just your straightforward fight, then medium fight, and then hard fight. I want to try and make it interesting. So, and I've also tried to go for a neat setting that you would find in the Sword Coast. So, other than that, there was one more thing. Oh, you made this live show possible. So, I want to thank you for helping me reach my channel goal of 5 $1 per month patrons so that I can share my passion twice per week. If you want more, especially more perks, you can either become a patron or send a one-time donation using the Venmo or Cash App things in the description. Um, the last two can ensure that every cent that you send goes to funding the channel. All of that is in the description under Find Me Here. And as I've said before, only do so if you have the budget. If you're like me and need to be frugal, the best way that you can support me for free is by engaging and sharing the stream with others. Because there's no discussion without you. So, last bit is don't forget that there are ethical resources and information waiting for you in the description under ethical advocacy. So, especially if there's anything concerning in here that you want to discuss or you want to pay attention to, that maybe you want to look up some more resources about, please feel free to avail yourself of those resources in the description. 1 second. Let's go here with the next bit. Well, We'll finish up. We'll see how far we
Hello,
can get.
officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
If I can still manage to breathe after 4, I say that after yawning. My nose is just this every time. My nose closes up, and then it gets harder to talk, and I start yawning to try to compensate. Okay, so Flossie, Miss Oranje, disco dancer. She raises a cigarette to her lips.
Her eyes are brown, and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
She might know something, so I'm not gonna turn away from her yet. Officer? Am I a military personnel?
No.
She seems perplexed by your question.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
That's what authority got? Okay, let's see. Then why did you call me officer? Wait, I know. I'm a businessman. Chief Executive Officer, right?
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
Okay. Chief Technical Officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir.
She looks you in the eye. Are you sure? You're shitting me. Goddamn right I'm a policeman, and don't you forget it. I don't plan to be on a kind of respect my authority kind of person, so I'm gonna go with are you shitting me?
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
She takes another drag. All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
In truth, so far, mostly drinking. I am not going to try the expression on her. There's no way. No. Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else? Excuse me. Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law? Yeah, that's what
Don't
I'm
be so
thinking.
harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Right. That's why I shouldn't be harsh on myself. Because they let anyone.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself.
Actually, I can see why they would entrust me with the law. I have the right character. I don't seem to have the right character. I mean, the scene we woke up to was not good.
Retreat is not a winning tactic.
Yeah, well, authority, brain, I really don't care about trying to assert my authority. Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
She raises an eyebrow. The cigarette sizzles. Yeah, I'm not trying that suggestion on her. I should get going now.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
They don't like the police?
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you said the words a million times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
What if I don't want to ask questions? Before you go, I have some questions for you.
Yes.
Okay, we've got quite a few questions. What is it that they have against the police here?
The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city.
What exactly is here? Where am I?
You're in a hostel, sir.
No, where are we? Where in the world?
We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
Interesting. Divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Interesting. Okay. Kind of gives like East and West Germany vibes. Um and Berlin was essentially the capital. And it is like as far as the EU, it's the capital. Like well, Brussels actually. Is Brussels the capital? I think Brussels might be. Uh should that mean something to me?
You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties.
Tell me, is it 51 now?
It's 51.
What century?
The current century?
And that's what? What number?
Centuries don't have numbers, they have names. And this is the current one.
How many centuries have there been then?
Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir.
She grins. What's so funny?
You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization.
Her expression turns serious. Okay, she's kind of weirded me out. Your room is almost next to mine. Did you hear anything last night?
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Yeah, 'cause we're disco fiends. Did I have any
I
visitors?
couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here.
She nods toward room number 3. Loud disco music?
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
She raises an eyebrow, waiting for the name to connect with you.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
Yeah, we go on alright. It mostly just gets hard, doesn't it? We have a pretty high morale, so I think we'd say we go on.
I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, disco stopped, and there was a change of pace.
What happened?
A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it.
Was I singing this? Show her the empty case of the smallest church in Sans. What was I singing? Yeah, we'll try this.
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also,
What else?
that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
When you say wounded, do you mean that in a cool way? Like a wild beast? Yeah, I'm not gonna try that. That sounds like trying to salvage the impossible. Then what happened? I'm gonna say I'm sorry.
Don't be. I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother me.
Then what happened?
Then you started
What happened?
screaming and trashed the place.
Are you sure I wasn't being assaulted?
No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
It frightens me to hear this. Tell me there was more. That sounds very destructive. Please tell me there wasn't anything else.
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it.
She nods. All right. That's all my questions. Okay, you can go now.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Goodbye. Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. Still smoking. What's this? Locked. What's going on here? We've got a new notebook entry? Map? Oh, cool. These are found white checks. Those on white are available to try now. Is it saying that the mirror is available to try now? And it's formidable? Is that what that means? Let me give that a shot just to see what the mechanic is like.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face,
Plus
adorned
one. Heard about the
with an
band
expression.
Oh. Let's give it a shot.
It belongs in
Here we
the
go.
new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species.
Okay.
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened.
Disco.
Forget about ostentatious orchestrations. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume Lamillion.
Guillaume Lemillon. Had to answer the phone. No worries, Jedi. Thanks for coming back.
Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
There's like way too much French for me to understand what's going on. So I adopted it? Why? I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it. How long ago was the new?
There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. 2 decades, if the calendar is to be trusted. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
So I adopted it? Why?
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Lemillion's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix, because, unlike Guillaume Lemillion, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous.
That sounds awful. Why would you want to say that? Anything else like who I am? Why did I become a cop? Why did I drink myself into oblivion?
You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return. You should prepare yourself for that.
Gosh, narrator. So mean. You should prepare yourself for never being able to recall episodic memory. Okay. Does this have anything to do with ostentatious orchestrations?
Not really. Oh must have just stirred your mind. They're more like a disco rock band anyway.
I guess that's it then.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne cork smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Okay, still very low. +2 if I know the origin. I mean, it's 3%, but I'll give it a shot. It's a white check. I could retry it.
Still not happy?
Nope.
It won't come off that easy.
All right. I tried. Okay, what's this? Oh, okay. This is my thought cabinet. Temporary research minus logic in the class. Research time 4 hours and 30 minutes. Problem. Whatever happened to Guillaume le Million, who, with his amber mane and sparkling teeth, beguiled the tattered remains of the nation? While you suffered and suffered, did he materialize in a cloud of cocaine dust? Or did he simply stand in the corner and melt to the slendering new lines of some starlit voix de nuit 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass, too. Or wait, maybe he becomes a police officer in Revachol West. Interesting. I get a -1 to logic as I'm internalizing it. Can I, like, stop it at any time? If so, then, what's all this? Research the thought. Oh, I can. Oh, I see. So these are 3 slots to research. Okay. Okay. Yeah, why not? Okay, and I can stop it whenever I want. Oh, that's kind of cute. Look at that. The little. Uh, I think it's supposed to be my central nervous system, though it's got a bit of my skeleton in it. But yeah, interesting. And so I'm thinking about Guillaume le Million, and I get a -1 to logic, but we'll be okay. It'll be fine. All right. What's going on with this one? Okay, that was the change to the map. I was just remembering the movie Identity. I need to rewatch that again. Identity. That kind of rings a bell. I don't know if I watched it. This, to me, it feels kind of like I mean, I guess yeah, like Identity, probably closer to that than Memento, because Memento, it was like playing things back, like backwards, from his amnesia. So like the audience gets to know things uh in reverse. Um, whereas Identity probably is closer where you're like trying to figure out the pieces that you've left behind. So yeah, I can totally see that. All right. Well, that's for this one. We're getting close to 4, but I think we can do a little exploration. Um, we'll just kind of move around, see what happens. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper, Trompe-le-Monde. So what is Revachol? By the name, I would have thought it would be like Russian, but this is a lot of like French. Is there any way I can speed my walk up?
Closed.
I'm gonna knock.
There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Beauty, don't abandon me in all this ugliness. Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me.
The door is mute and indifferent. Your despair is a joke to it.
Knock again?
Still no answer.
Knock again, much harder.
Still nothing.
Yeah, I don't want to keep bothering her. I just wanted to see what would happen if I kept hitting it. So, anyway. Okay. They want me to focus on that over there. You can see the art style is pretty cool. Oh, right-clicking does the same as tab. Okay, very cool. Summer door closed for the winter. What's this? Looks like either lights or music. This is where the lyrics would be. A big old karaoke mic, just waiting for someone to sing into it. Speakers connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover.
Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside. It needs to be heard through a PA system by other people.
What should I sing when it comes to
You
it?
should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
Thinking I could sing something happy, like one of those ostentation orchestrations folks.
No, don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound.
I love this part of the psyche. It's like like an imaginative like toddler. No, like an imaginative 6-year-old, probably.
You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Alright, well, gotta find another copy of the tape so I can karaoke it. And now it's on my thing. Sing karaoke. You need to find a sufficiently tragic tape, then play it on a boombox to memorize the lyrics. Then ask the cafeteria manager to perform, preferably in the evening, or people at the bar then. That's funny. Alright. We're just gonna explore this little area first before we talk to that guy. The menu has been wiped clean, only the word Monday is written on it. This is a water cooler for large bubbles, right? So why is it highlighted? Oh, whoops. Someone is working. Doors bolted with sirens. Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300. Okay, interesting. So it's giving me like times. And here's the clock. It tells me what time it is. Very interesting mechanics going on.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Something tells me you don't like me.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
And he said that without looking up.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
You're being sarcastic.
Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
I'm guessing I didn't do any of those things.
You're right, you didn't, and it's only taken you 3 days not to.
What have I been doing all that time? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
He looks down again and keeps plucking at the bird. Look at the stuffed
A
bird.
competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Something about it makes me feel bitter. What happened to the bird?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did the Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
He shrugs.
There's something there, and it's not good. That's all you know for now.
Interesting. All right, we'll leave. Very interesting stuff. All right. That is actually a perfect time for the autosave because it is 4 o'clock. Another one bites the dust in D minor. That's great. Do 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 do. Another one bites the dust. Do 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 do. Another one bites the dust. And another one. And another one. Another one bites the dust. A sign reads, Mess Hall reserved for Union members. Doors open 1600. Then what's this? Is that a machine? This royal pinball machine is unplugged. Okay.
Hello, sweetie.
The cryptozoologist's wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods toward the man in the orange bomber jacket. Interesting. Oh, there's stuff over here. Ball around's been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling out. Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
I don't want to just... We'll try waking him up.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
Ooh, okay. Well, let's see what happens when we pick up
The
the
man
pills.
does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
Okay, so that gave me, like, charges for my morale, so if I, like, lose something, I can take headache medicine?
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Alrighty. Nice to know. Okie doke. Let's talk to this guy. We'll just talk to this guy and then we'll wrap up.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You.
Kim Kitsuragi.
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Esprit de corps. So, because he's a policeman? Hold on, who is he to me?
He is your half-brother.
My half-brother? It must mean that metaphorically, if it's the esprit de corps.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Uh-oh. I don't think we know our name.
This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Alright, let's conceptualize.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
I don't really know my name.
Okay then.
Processes the information, then disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware. I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
He taps his foot, more out of habit than impatience. What
At the
interviews?
57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Look, man, yeah.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree? Mm-hmm. So, the body is still in the tree.
Just like that disdain with the French accent it's hilarious and on point.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What if I told you I'm not really a police officer?
We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will.
Interesting take.
But first, we have to take it down.
How can you be so sure I'm from the
I was
police?
sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back.
He points to your jacket.
I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Interesting. He's just kind of like the guy that I meet, who was supposed to be the detective that I met, is talking to me as if he has amnesia. That's fine. We'll just continue with the case anyway. I won't ask for a replacement.
Internal affairs. And I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation.
You said insignia. These white rectangles, you mean?
Yes.
But they're just white
They're
rectangles.
not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
Shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
It was not on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
But I can't remember anything.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse.
How am I still drunk now? I can't remember anything.
If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
All right, let's
After
go.
you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Very cool. All right, so we got sing karaoke, report your badge missing. We can use his motor car. We have to interview the cafeteria manager, and we have to inspect the victim's body. And he's hanging in the backyard of the whirling in rags. It's a preliminary inspection. We just need to suppress the urge to throw up and approach it. All right. that is where we shall conclude things. So let's go ahead and save. There we go. All right. Hey, Tilt. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I missed that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I only plan to go for a couple hours. And I I'm struggling to breathe again. So, um, yeah, Till, I really hope you take care of yourself. And gosh, that is just awful to hear. That 2 weeks in the hospital, and yeah, gosh, I can just say I deeply sympathize. And you know, I I've been through the horrors of someone just like you just start to lose someone, and it's very hard. So I really I'm sending all my hugs and support, and we'll always be here for you till so please take care of yourself. And thank you so much, Miss Non Sequitur. You're very awesome. I love you too. Um, so I greatly appreciate everybody who has joined me today, and we will continue um, right. Well, let's see. When will we continue this? We will continue this next Saturday on the 9th, and we'll be starting at 2 p.m. And generally speaking, it's going to be about 2 hours. So we'll be playing about 2 hours. We'll do some discussion and stuff. And we might spend like the first 30 minutes, doing um, like some discussion of what we saw last time. But right now, it is kind of the beginning, so there's not a whole lot going on. We're still trying to figure out who we are, and we're trying to figure out like what's going on with the world, and how we fit in. So we're gonna get we're gonna get deeper into into the um, into the psychology of it all later on. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see here. Uh, what did you think so far? Do you have any critiques? What should I change or add? Don't forget, this week's question for you to answer is what sort of detective would you want to be? How would you approach crime scenes and suspects? You can let me know in the comments. To everyone watching now or later, excuse me, I'm so sorry, it's because I can't breathe. Thank you for helping me kick off my birthday in the best way. If you enjoyed this, consider consensually side hugging the like button. It's a free way to leave a tip. If you didn't like it, just like and comment why. That way you can let me know what changes I can make, and I wanna know what I can do to make this a more enjoyable experience. Subbing will notify you. Gosh darn it! I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get through this. Subbing will notify you of the exact time I go live and get us closer to those custom emojis. Please remember that anything depicted or discussed that was in the game is not a reflection of myself, the channel, or the Creator Accountability Network. Um, all claims made need to be independently fact checked, like I was talking about the EU center. I think it's Brussels, but I need to check. I have no idea. but it's not like super relevant to the game, so I didn't look it up. So let's see. If you think you'd be interested in my upcoming D&D one-shot, you can join the Ready to Roleplay server and reply to my post looking for group channel. It is available. The link is in the description. It's also on screen if you want to type it out. I want to give my thanks to the Creator Accountability Network for helping me make my content more ethical. You can see their link in the description for more resources and info. Maybe there's somebody live right now. It is 4 o'clock on a Saturday, so I know Captive Desk, our friendly Dave from Captive Desk should be live. Oh, and Dapper Dinosaur is up. I will post them both. I'll post Captain Desk first, since this I kind of thought about trying to think about it. Thank you so much, Jedi. I really appreciate it. All of you have made my birthday very fun and enjoyable, so I really appreciate having you guys. So here is Dave from Captive Desk. He is currently live. And we also have Dapper Dinosaur with Kip Davis and Vishanti. So you can also choose that one as well. Let them know that I sent you. And thanks so much for joining today. It's been very fun. I'm so sorry for my yawns. I honestly, I don't know how to stop it. Oh, my nose is clogged up. For everyone who made it this far, thank you for joining this journey into the exciting and scary unknown. I'm looking forward to learning more with and from. Um, so I really look forward to all the discussions we can have. When you're ready for another pensive plunge to ponder the puzzles of life, the universe, and everything, I'll be here every Saturday at 2 p.m. Central to embark upon our quest to assess. Have a happy weekend, everybody. Good afternoon, evening, depending on where you are.